and I won't find out for some.
Hello, I'm Dennis Cometti. It's time to play Saturday afternoon football. Football back at the SCG. With 800 goals and 282 games to his credit, I'm joined now by Matthew Richardson.
Hi Dennis, today should be a good match.
They run on in full confidence. They're looking sharp and the crowd are appreciating it. Banners ready for the players.
Is our name. We're the greatest at this game. Yet, despite a lack of coaching staff, player list, facilities, buildings, or any kind of physical presence. Cheer, cheer the red and the white. Honor the name by day and by night. Lift that noble banner high. Shake down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small, the Swans will go in and win.
Umpire tosses the coin. The visiting team kicking to the left of screen at the halfway point of the season, and the top eight is really starting to take shape.
There have been plenty of storylines surrounding each of the teams, even at the halfway point of the season. And while there has been a share of disappointments, each team have got some great surprises as well.
These lineups look very strong, and both teams look fired up and set to go. I can't wait for this match to get underway. I've had sleepless nights dreaming about this clash. And the first term is underway.
Love is playing every game as if it's your last.
Clean tap by Naismith. Down goes Henderson. Henderson kicks an ugly-looking one here. I think it came off the other side of the boot. What do you think, Richo? Can he make this one?
I don't know if he'll make the distance here, Dennis.
50 metres from home. Lloyd going for number one. That ball's travelling. He was celebrating the moment that left his boot. Goal. That's the first one of the game. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Here's the bounce. Naismith taps. Lucky bounce collected. We'll have another ball up. Silk with the hit. Parker with the tackle. Smith hand passes the ball to the runner going past. Smith marks.
Smith is very clever when dealing with tags. He loves taking heavier taggers that lack pace into space where a foot race becomes important. Coaches just love players like him, concentrating hard as he lines up the goal.
Going for goal number one. The spin ball is collected. Lloyd says, no, I'm over here. Lloyd decisively gets a handball away. Pointless attempt by Kennedy. It bounced straight to his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. Great mark. Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. 45 metres out, 50 metres out. Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough? The visiting team by 7 points. It's not the score he was looking for. A great effort. He steadies now in front of goal. 35 metres out. He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging. That's a very well-executed goal. That will settle his nerves. The first goal is always welcome. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Punched by Silk. He gets his hands on the footy with the ball now. He's heading for home. Joker going for number one. Joker sinks it from a long way out, and they stretch out their lead. Pressure really being applied now at this early stage to the Swans.
Joker is good on both left and right, so kicking off either side is just not an issue for him.
Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. More bounce than a dodgy check. Silk looked about as coordinated as Disney's Goofy. A lovely drop punt. Steady hands there as he holds that one. He steadies now in front of goal. 65 metres out. 65 metres out. Gets boot to high. Lloyd controls. He's racking up possessions. Marks.
The Swans just can't seem to retain possession of the footy. They're getting outmarked all over the ground and as a result finding themselves losing the contest. Franklin misses the ball. He gathers up the intercepted ball. He gets it under pressure. He boots it. That's a nice strong mark.
Naismith feeds it wide. Rowan looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. The ball being picked up before it makes its target. Approaching the goals now. Kicks. Lloyd read the play better than anyone else and takes possession. Unfortunately, his ball finds its way into the opposition's grasp. Kicks it. Kennedy, delusions of grandeur. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Gordon with the hand pass. Silk kicks it just in time. Naismith with the tap. Penetrating hand pass. The ball gets dropped as the tackle is made. He shouldn't have bothered. Patley gets the tap. Gathers the ball. He gives the ball away. Heaney starts in, his shadow beside him. Where else would it be? Well, depends on the side.
Andrews slams the ball to his boot. Parker with real good use of the body. Towers marks it. Sending it on its way. Heaney is on the ground.
Surprise,
Yeah, definitely something wrong there. He'll be coming off the ground as quick as he can. Malikan gets possession. It's in his possession.
Sinclair likes his chances for goal. The Swans get there first. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. More bounce than a dodgy check. Naismith wins the tap. Terrible timing by Silk. Joker sticks out his hands and collects the ball. As we go into the break, the scores are the visiting team 19, Sydney 6.
We'll be happy with the early scoreboard pressure they are applying to the Swans. They are setting the standard out there and it'll be interesting to see how the Swans can come back after the break.
A very high-scoring first quarter here. Looks like it'll be a great game. And we're back for the second term.
Set your goals high and don't stop till you get there.
Naismith with the tap. Patley cops it from behind. Chips it down towards half forward. Good mark by Lloyd. Jams it on the boot. Strong mark by Kennedy. Kicks horribly. Wow, what a nose for those loose balls. Gets the behind. The Swans will be worrying now. They'll be disappointed with that effort. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Kennedy might struggle for this distance. Almost a touch of synchronized swimming about that mark. That was the peg. 35 metres out. Gee, you wouldn't like to miss from here. Patley going for number 1. Look at that. He's put it through. The first goal for Patley. Sydney have scored the last 2 goals. Sydney will be trying to kill the momentum of the opposition. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Naismith taps. He gets tackled as he hands it off. Choose to kick it. Concentration comes out of a combination of confidence and hunger. So they tell me.
He boots it. Hanbury just the better man in that contest. Sending it on its way. Kennedy gets the upper hand.
Nice hands. 30 metres out. Heaney takes a shot. It looked like a goal, but it grazed the post. The Swans only trailing by less than a goal. I would have expected him to nail that. Taken by Doxley. Jams it on the boot now. Parker drops the mark. A good job keeping it in play there. Handballs to the running man.
Silk can achieve anything he sets his mind to. The sky is the limit for this guy. Kept his composure then. Puts boot to ball. He drops the mark. Interception. It's been intercepted by the opposition. Lloyd with handball. He boots it. Smith takes the mark.
He has a mighty kick of the footy. He wins the contest. Rowan kicks it. Parkick was surrounded. He needed to mark it, and he did. Kennedy marks on the run. He's a long way from home, but he's a chance. Going for goal number 1. What a huge goal by Kennedy. That's his first. The Swans have scored the last 3 goals. Sydney are in front. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Guided by Naismith. Hanbury on the ball at the moment. Gets the loose ball. Hanbury aims for his man on the ground. The goal for Sydney. The Swans on 7 points. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Clean tap by Silk. Lloyd bumped off the ball. The loose ball picked up. He's really a ball magnet. Joker. A good crummer. No good tackling him there, mate. There's nothing to damage. High tackle. Chips it down towards half forward. Nice contested mark by Grundy. Grundy sends one up towards the wing. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark. Minus the peg. Hanbury kicks it. Silk claims it. Jams it on the boot now. And the mark will be paid. Picture perfect drop punt. Great mark over the pad. He kicks it. He holds his breath. You don't have to wait and see, but that's a goal. His fist is pumping. Gets his first. This is edge of your seat footy. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Methodically, the umpire bounces it beautifully. He has the ball. He seems to have the ball on a string, Richard.
Well, Dennis, I just think he's having fun with them now.
He doesn't know the meaning of the word fear. In fact, it's fair to say he doesn't know the meaning of a lot of words. He's got the football now. Lloyd working like a bricklayer who gets paid by the row. Gets boot to leather. He misses the mark. He gets tackled as he hands it off. Sydney leading by 1 after the second quarter.
It looks like they've not been themselves in the first half. I'll tip them to come out firing in the second half. But for Sydney fans out there, it certainly has been a polished first half performance.
Players have been down to the rooms now and they would have had some treatment, a talk from the coach, and should be ready for another half of football. I know we are.
They struggled throughout the first half, but there's still a half a game to go.
Jams it on the boot now. Rowan spills it. Reed made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. Naismith was taken high. Kicked by Naismith. Parker looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one.
Parker just has endless possibilities. I'm really excited to watch this kid grow. Joker kicks the ball. He marks the ball.
Slams it on the boot. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark. Lloyd gets the mark without contest. Picture perfect drop punt. Naismith, delusions of grandeur. Right now he looks like a man in a darkened room trying to discover where all the furniture is. Clean tap by Mills. Silk gathers a tackle but gets the handball off. He kicks it gun barrel straight. The visiting team goes back in front. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce.
Naismith is good, but he doesn't always find that best option while in congestion. Grundy slams the ball to his boot. The ball is out of bounds. It's tapped down nicely. Naismith onto the ball, confuses the tackler and gets past. Ryan with good strong hands.
Gets boot to leather. Parker grabs that one. Boots it. And the mark will be paid. Ryan puts it on the boot. Simply outplayed the opposition there. Delivers the footy with a beautiful drop pass. A loose ball scooped up. Penetrating hand pass. Head down now as she goes in for the goal. Took up a goal for the visiting team. The visiting team by 11. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Silk is a class above. I expect he'll continue to dominate Sinclair. Scoops up the bouncing ball. The visiting team by 2 goals. That's one area to a game that needs improvement. Needs someone to break hard. He's ready to bring it back into play. He wins the contest. 35 metres out. He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging. He holds his breath. The visiting team could score the last 4 goals. The visiting team lead by 3 goals. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Silk gets the tap. He gets his hands on the footy, sends the ball to open space. Grundy with the tap. Towers gets the tap. Reed comes away with the ball with the quick hands. Sinclair kicks it. Dropped by Cunningham. Heaney launches one towards goal. Heaney just manages to sink it. The Swans will be worrying now. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The Rucks can't complain about that true bounce.
Sinclair's really good at reading the play out on the field. He just needs to start doing it faster. Smith going for his ball. Head down, going for goal. She kicks the ball. Smith gathers it. He taps the ball. He lays off the pass.
Towers spears the ball. Lloyd takes the mark. He puts some power into that kick. Kennedy has it. Kicks it. Marked by Papley. Choose to kick it. Takes that one strongly. He boots it. Going, goal. Franklin getting his first right there. The Swans have scored the last 2 goals. Sydney can catch up from here. They're less than 2 goals down. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Silk with the punch is in his possession. Kennedy with the ball in another possession. Concentration comes out of a combination of confidence and hunger, so they tell me. Sends it on its way. Able to grab it on the half volley. The visiting team lead at the end of the term by 6.
Fans will be hoping that can maintain the momentum going into the final term and wrap this match up early so they can savour the victory.
The scores were very high in that 3rd term. There's the siren for the final quarter, and play is underway.
You're never a loser until you quit trying.
Henderson kicks it out of congestion. Great mark under pressure. She's perspiring like a pudding in a pot as she lines up to take this shot. A long way out. She holds her breath. Just fell through. A second goal in the bag. 2 goals the margin for the visiting team. The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Here's the bounce. Good tap from Silk. Scoops up the bouncing ball. That play, high tech as it came from. Kennedy with the tap. Naismith bumped. Intercept by Parker. Marked by Cunningham. Inside 50 now. Well, he gave it a shot. Papley has played a shocker. He's like a long jumper who can't reach the sand. Plenty of time left to turn this game around. All is in readiness. There's the bounce. Naismith taps it. Bounces favourably for Henderson. A good mark under the circumstances. 50 metres from home. Distance could be the problem. Going for goal number 3. That ball's travelling. No contest for that man. Picked by Smith. Beautiful.
McVeigh is good, but he doesn't always find that best option while in congestion. Rowan just wanted it more then. Sending it on its way. A great mark under pressure. He kicks the ball. Kennedy claims the ball.
Spilled by Hewitt. Commotion. Intercepts the bouncing ball. A short handball. Approaching the goals now. The ball finds its way into the grateful clutches of the opposition. The goal eludes him just wide of the target. There is enough time left to steal the lead here. It's not the score he was looking for. Over the top of the pack. Here's a long kick. The mark is taken by Joker.
Joker just has endless possibilities. I'm really excited to watch this kid grow. He gets boot to the ball. Hanbury takes the mark. He gets boot to the ball. Parker with the mark. Sending it on its way. Papley with the mark. He kicks the ball. He wins the contested mark.
Jack winds it up 35 metres out. Jack aiming for the goals. Nice goal from Jack. That's 2 in a row for the Swans. The Swans back in front. This match is swinging back and forth like a metronome.
Jack's shown a lot of character with his recent performances.
Silk outstretches his opponent to win the right. I guess it was worth a go. Gets boot to leather. Takes that one strongly. Puts boot to ball. She shouldn't have bothered. The bouncing ball is controlled. They say you miss 100% of the shots you never take, so hopefully he can just shrug that one off. Disappointing kick there. I guess it was worth a go. The ball remains in play. The ball being picked up before it makes its target. He can't close the deal, and it's a point. The visiting team by a point. It's not the score he was looking for.
Smith is a pretty decent kicker to footy, but you can always be better. She doesn't want to take too long lining up this shot. He could not have kicked that any better.
All is in readiness. Nice bounce. Sinclair got a fist on it. Controlled by Henderson. Intercepted by Parker. Projectile dysfunction. Serious problem. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. He kicks it. Great hands. He kicks it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. They'll need to give it everything to close this margin in time.
Jack can read the play really well. I think he's definitely on his way to becoming one of the best in the league.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash.
Sinclair's really good at getting up in the ruck, but his directional taps need some more work. Kennedy handballs to the man on the move. He gets boot to the ball. He takes a strong mark. He plays on with it. That's holding the ball.
As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. 35 metres out. A great effort. Oh, smart interception. Jack. Sydney back in front. This match is swinging back and forth like a metronome. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Sinclair nicely outclassing Silk. Choose to kick it. What an end to the match. So close, but victory just out of reach for the visiting team. Richo, did you enjoy the matchup between Sydney and the visiting team?
It's a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness.
What though the odds be great or small, Swans will go in and win overall, while her loyal sons are marching onward to victory.
The final score of this match is the Swans 63, the visiting team 58. Thanks for joining us, Richo, but that's all we have time for.
Thanks, Dennis. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us. As always, it's been a pleasure. We look forward to seeing you back soon.